Hello. Hello. Um, this is William. I'm at Occupy the Need Act. This is the second test that I'm doing of a multi-stream broadcast from Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope. Let's hope that this goes out. The first broadcast, this audio was pretty bad, so maybe this one will work. And um, we need to take this opportunity where we're home to learn about the creation of money and how it's used to control our lives. The bankers have designed a system, and in the United States, it began with Hamilton and Washington to control us, to uh, make money off of every one of us and every activity that we do. Um, I have a degree in money and banking, 1964, from the University of Oklahoma, and I was interested in economics. I have been all along. And the Occupy Chicago in 2011 was going to have a economics teach-in, so I tuned in on the live stream. First instructor that got up bored me to death, just like the instructors I had at the University of Oklahoma. And then a little guy named Zarlinga got up, and he started telling stories that I had never, ever heard before. Uh, you know, Hamilton and Washington conspired together to take the power to create money from Congress to and give it to the people that became their first bankers, our first bankers. And when I heard that, my mind was just blown away. Um, I've been real lax in history. My history was 1492. This Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and that was about it. And but I've learned since then. I've been studying this intensely. That, for example, the colonies had no banks. They created their own money, and with that, they defeated the British that had the biggest navy in the world and biggest military that existed, and and that and the English did everything they could to destroy our money, but they didn't, and we won the war. And then I've learned that Abraham Lincoln was needing money for the Civil War to fight the South, and the banks were going to loan him money at 20% interest, and he said, "Fuck that." Uh, he uh, he uh, issued the greenbacks and paid for the supplies and the war materials that he needed to win the Civil War and keep us as a nation. And a long time before that, the Romans learned how to create money by just taking a piece of metal and putting a stamp on it and said, "That's a drachma," and there you go. And the contractors and the people that built the aqueducts and the highways and Rome accepted that for payment. What happened at the end was Rome had expanded too far, and the people in the outer reaches wouldn't accept something that they stamped as money, and they had to have gold. And then Rome went on the gold standard, and that was the downfall of Rome. The people that owned the gold then ran Rome, and and I learned all this in a book called The Lost Science of Money by Stephen Zarlinga, that old guy, that guy that I saw at the Occupy Chicago event. And when I saw him, I knew I had to learn who he was, and I discovered that he had founded an institute called the American Monetary Institute, and that they had a meeting in Chicago, a fall meeting every fall conference, and so I went to one, and that's where I met several people that are now the committee for the Green Party, their Banking and Monetary Reform Committee, and the Banking and Monetary Reform Committee just did us a press release Monday a week ago where they explained what we need to do, which is greenbacks, not bailouts, and we can create money as an asset. All money now is created as a debt, all of it, and uh, then we can create money as an asset, not as a debt. Why should we be trillions of dollars? Why should the government be trillions of dollars in debt when it could create its own money? Why? Because the bankers have got between us and our money, and they're making $1 billion a day off of us in interest and fees and commissions. And it's off of us. We don't need to pay them for that. So that's what Occupy the Need Act is all about. We have legislation. It's called the Need Act. It's H.R. 2990 of the 112th Congress, and I'll give links to that in the comments. And I'll give a link to the Law, Science, and Money that you can get for free. It's available online, and I'll give you a link to that. And let's see what else. And to the Green Party, we have a website called Greens for Monetary Reform. Go there, and I'll give you a link to the press release that we just had. This is the time to study what we can do to create our own money, to make it where we can have all the things that we need, like ventilators, masks, and besides free education and health care for all, and housing, and free transportation, and a guaranteed annual income. If the minimum wage had kept up with productivity since the 50s, the minimum salary now would be $40,000 a year. The new Need Act makes it possible that we have $40,000 a year in guaranteed annual income. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people believe in the Protestant work ethic or the Puritan work ethic, which actually what it means is you like your work no matter how little you're being paid or how bad you're being treated. I say we take those Puritans and put them back on the Mayflower and take their passports away from them and send them out to sea, never to return to port again. We can make a completely different society that we have with the Need Act. So, okay, I'm going to end this now and see if this goes out. I put on my headphones, and I think that's going to end the interference I was having with the first video I had. So anyway, I will be back soon. Watch for me. Bye now.